Welcome to Geopolitics Now. It's Monday, October 6th. I'm Emma Albright. Today, French political analyst Pierre Haski looks at how Donald Trump has pushed both sides in Gaza talks closer to a ceasefire.
La négociation indirecte qui débute aujourd'hui en Égypte. The indirect talks in Sharm el-Sheikh have a particular advantage despite their difficulties. Neither the Israeli nor the Palestinian participants wants to be seen as responsible for failure. The reason is clear. They do not wish to incur the wrath of Donald Trump, who has personally invested himself in the process and is determined not to see his image as a peacemaker tarnished. This psychological factor, more than a political one, could at least make it possible to achieve the first phase of Trump's plan, a ceasefire, the release of Israeli hostages, and the release of Palestinian prisoners from Israeli jails. Above all, this is what public opinion on both sides hopes to see. Caution is still required until these results materialize, but the first outcome now appears within reach. It would already represent a success that the U.S. president could claim. The next stages will be far more difficult as they involve the political aspects of the plan, which contain many ambiguities and inconsistencies.
What do the negotiators fear if it fails?
Tout a changé lorsque Benjamin Netanyahu a ordonné le mois dernier. Everything changed when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the bombing of Hamas targets in Doha, Qatar, last month. As we noted at the time, it was one military operation too far. Attacking Qatar, home to the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East, which Trump visited earlier this year, upset a fragile regional balance. Qatar has also played a decisive role in negotiations with Hamas. The Gulf countries, including the United Arab Emirates, which maintains diplomatic relations with Israel, reacted sharply and made their displeasure known to their friend and business partner, Trump. Last week, Trump pushed Netanyahu to call the Emir of Qatar and apologize for the Israeli raid. He also personally guaranteed Qatar's security, an unprecedented move that highlights just how much he values the relationship. This explains the shift in Washington's stance, and Netanyahu will have to take it seriously and align with the U.S. president's wishes.
What about Hamas?
D'abord, de la part du Qatar, son principal interlocuteur. What applies to the first phase does not apply to what comes next. Both sides are taking one step forward now, and two steps back are likely to follow. Hamas has no intention of disarming, let alone disappearing, while Netanyahu's coalition with the far right risks imploding if Trump's plan prevents the total destruction of Gaza. For now, each side will do whatever it takes to avoid blame, hoping the other will make a mistake. If this at least leads to the release of hostages and an end to the suffering of the 2 million civilians in Gaza, the world can only welcome it. Even so, it is hard to be optimistic about the future. A ceasefire is not the same as peace. Un cessez-le-feu n'est pas la paix.
Geopolitics Now is a World Crunch production. Automated speech technology was used for Pierre Haski's English voice. If you like this podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you could help us out with a follow, share, and a 5-star rating on your preferred podcasting platform. For more of the best of the international press, delivered exclusively in English, visit us at worldcrunch.com.